Hey, what's going on? I was not going to do any videos during this chaotic time in our lives. But man, people have lost it. They have lost it. I know there's stuff that's out of control. I'm not going to talk about the thing that's causing all this stuff because it's one of two things, and I don't know if I'm going to go down that route. Besides, YouTube would probably flag it anyway if I labeled it with the thing, the word, if you will, because I'd be spreading possible false information. So let's just discuss what this thing has possibly done. This thing has possibly created the next Great Depression, because if you're living in a hole underground, then you probably don't realize how big of a deal these shutdowns are across the world. The world is affecting every part of our economy worldwide, not just here in the United States. I'm talking worldwide. And it's raining here in Pittsburgh, and my kids are driving me nuts. It's insane. Insane. So let's talk about crypto, shall we? Because I'm sure you guys are sick and tired of hearing all the freaking information out there. I've stopped at 5 different places and have found 0 toilet paper. 0. I don't care if I have to pay a little bit of a premium, but I don't have enough to get through the week with having 5 of 6 people that need toilet paper in my home. So this could be a little bit of a problem. I might just have to order a bidet on the old Amazon or some other place. I don't know. So obviously, with the economy getting smacked and stocks going down and everything, people immediately are going to sell assets to get into cash so they don't lose their butt on everything, let alone they might need it. I mean, it's crazy. We've only been in this thing for a week, and I'm hearing people losing their jobs, file for unemployment, It's crazy. It's absolute crazy. I honestly don't think this is going to last super long. Especially in the rest of the world that caught a hold of this and have been trying to address it accordingly to stop things from being bad as they could be. So when we see things stop and reverse as far as the numbers that are being reported, then things will start to go back to normal. So I'm anticipating around Easter time, sometime middle of April, maybe a little bit after that. I'm hoping that we get back to normalcy in this, whatever you call normal. I mean, but the scary thing of this is, to me, is it's such a, the Mnuchin wants to pump $2 trillion in to save the economy. We've been closed down for a week. A week! We want to pump $2 trillion into the economy. Hello, hyperinflation. Hello, socialist, communist country of America that we used to know. Talking about sending checks out to people for every American. Here's $1,000. I'm sure people are going to need it if their places of work overreacted and didn't have any savings to fall back on, maybe to pay their employees during something like this. Or maybe, like, part of this $2 trillion I'm hearing is going to cover those places that would want or need to lay people off. That if they do that, and they hire the people back, then so the small business will be able to take out a loan to cover their costs during this time now. As long as they hire the people back that they laid off, then they won't have to pay that loan back. That's freaking incredible. But let's get real here, people. Like, when you dump that kind of money in there, all you're doing is devaluing the dollar. This is exactly what Bitcoin was created for. Exactly what it was created for. So you don't have to pull your money on something and do something crazy. It's not going to be inflated. The value of it only continues to go up. And if anybody thinks that Bitcoin is a bad investment, I don't know, go back and look at the charts. If you don't think it's going to be adopted, well, you know what? Neither did credit cards or anything else. So, I don't know. What I do worry about is some of these cryptocurrency projects. Maybe more along the lines of the ICO projects that were out there that are depending on money to continue to do what they were doing. That's a problem. That's definitely a problem. So some good projects may go under. You know, what are you going to do? I do know MakerDAO had some crazy stuff going on because of DAI and how the whole MakerDAO system works, and people were wiped out on their collateralized debt positions. People were getting, was it DAI? I think they buy up DAI. The maker people can get DAI when things are eliminated. For whatever it was, they were getting it for like zero, nothing. Okay, now that's something that the MakerDAO people are trying to figure out how to mitigate that and put some anti-risk measures in there for that, which I think is great. But stuff like this, you know, you don't expect it to happen. You know, they're supposed to have things put in place after the last Great Depression. Whatever. You know, 2008 recession happened. We're, you know, the only thing I will say is that our government here in America, at least, is trying to, at least with this money, not just provide bailouts. They are putting some stipulations on there that you have to use this for capital expenditures. You can't use it to go buy back stock. You can't go use it to pay your CEO. You have to invest it in your company, either with hiring or production costs or whatever it is. So I think that's a huge benefit versus what happened in 2008 when some of these places were absolutely bonkers and stupid and ludicrous for what they did. And those companies should have had to pay back every penny. But there's some other things. I'm going to run in another store here, so I'll be splicing this video together. I'll see you back in a second. All right, strike 6. Here we go. How many stores can Aaron go to today and not find TP for my bunghole? This is insane. Why are people ludicrous? I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm probably yelling at you guys. But it's absurd to me. This is absolutely absurd. Thankfully, I was holding a door for a lady because I'm a kind, loving, giving person. I'm not a zombie out there with people wearing freaking face masks because they're afraid they're going to get sick. Oh my gosh, these people. Oh, this world, people. If you can do anything during this time, wake people up to be loving, caring, thoughtful of other people. Just treat others the way we're supposed to treat others. Like, the one thing that Jesus left us with before he left everything, he said, love everyone as I have loved you. That's his last commandment to us. Here, just love everyone the way I have loved you. And what he did was astonishing. Thankfully, he did what he did because, well, most of us probably wouldn't be here if he didn't do what he did. So, regardless, during this time, stay chill. Come together with family. Love on each other. Pray with each other. Go help your neighbors. Talk to your neighbors that you probably haven't talked to in 2 or 3 years. I mean, like, it's crazy. Or just get to know the neighbors maybe you don't know. Hey, what's up? Oh, we're on quarantine. We're supposed to be socially distancing ourselves. Well, I'm going to go talk to my neighbor at a 15-foot distance, okay? Because I'd like to get to know them. In the event I might need something if this stuff lasts way longer than it's supposed to. I know, I told you I was supposed to be talking about cryptos, and I'm not. Because that was strike 6. Let's see if I can go. Lady told me Big Lots has it. So hopefully I get up there here in a couple minutes. They have some TP. So people are selling off assets to get into cash. And probably rightfully so, because cash is stable. Well, not really. we know the value of it is completely screwed over. Or how about this? This is a pure, obviously wide open, in your face, letting you know that gold and silver is completely manipulated. If you're trying to go buy physical gold and silver right now, you can't find it. It is extremely, extremely difficult to find because people are actually trying to buy it up. The paper value of it is what has brought the price down. So they're trading way more. This is what's called derivatives, folks. It's bad. No matter what asset gets traded, it's bad. And this is why blockchain and cryptocurrency needs to come in and take over. Screw the futures contracts. Screw all that other stuff that's just completely BS. And people are allowed to screw the price of things. So this is what blockchain or distributed ledger technology was designed to do. And it's coming. Something like this could very well be the spark that lights a fire that gets things rocking and rolling, because they have to do it. Because you're stuck doing it. You need to do it. So I hope that's what happens. As far as the price of Bitcoin, here's my honest opinion. I think, my honest opinion is this. We're going to hang around somewhere between like 3,500 or so. Bounce all the way up into that 6,000 whatever mark. Because of the miners. The miners cost right now to mine one Bitcoin is about $7,000, and they can't sustain a launch that long. It's going to go up, and then with a halving coming, what's going to happen if the price of Bitcoin starts going up and everything else is still down? Think about it. Think about it. I'll be right back. Yeah! Look what I got! You're limited to one. There's 12 rolls there. Can I get my 5 out of 6 people, my family's butts and bottoms clean? I hope so. I really hope so. Anyway, back to cryptos. So, I think that when the dust settles from all this stuff, that cryptos are going to take off like crazy, because you have the halving of Bitcoin. Now, the only thing that could happen, I think, negatively with all of this is that Bitcoin gets whacked down hard because the miners lost too much money. If they lose too much money, they just stop mining, and then Bitcoin becomes vulnerable to the 51% attack. We need to avoid that, right? Because if Bitcoin were to get attacked, then that just loses all of its credibility for us cryptocurrency, blockchain, distributed ledger technology loving people out there. But it's crazy. I mean, when I go to the grocery store to get things that I need, not that I want, and I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm not worried about anything. Like, I'm really not. People look scared to me. Shouldn't be like that. Like, I just have a sense of fear, like, oh, what am I going to do? I have a look in my eyes like I'm going to go crazy if I'm stuck in my house much longer. The cashier just told me that we're on actual lockdown come 8 o'clock. And they're going to start sending the National Guard military out Wednesday. I got to look into this. And to be honest with you, it is my constitutional right to travel. But if we're under martial law and the military is in control, then I can't go up against a tank. Sorry. I really can't. So, what has been going... Well, I'll tell you what, like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I will probably end up doing. I'm kind of hoping that Bitcoin drops down to the 3,500 level again. I told you guys we were going down to 42 to 4,800 before we went back up, and actually we're getting to a point where I didn't think there was a chance we were going to go back down that low, and then this thing happened. So, but if it goes down that low, there's some cryptos that are definitely worth snagging up. I think it'll be on the cheap. For one, I think with Ethereum going to proof of stake, it gets below, $100, you're crazy if you don't try to snag them up. If you got enough powder in the keg, so to speak, I'd get yourself 32 Ethereum, because you're going to have, from what I understand, at least 32 Ethereum to be able to stake. So, something to consider. Man, these parking lots are empty. It is so weird. Normally where I'm at, it's like packed all day. Ugh. So, I think Ethereum's going to do really well. Bitcoin will do well. Litecoin will do well. Digibyte. They're working on some stuff that whenever they do get to go, they're going to get up and go. And, man, you could turn $1,000 into $100,000. I think. Won't take much. I mean, all you need is Digibyte to go to $1. And in my 3-year, almost 4-year, okay, so 3 years I've been studying this stuff. Digibyte's one of the most undervalued coins out there. Very undervalued. And you Digibyte people that are listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. I can give you a huge list of things that they have going on that other blockchains don't have going on. I mean, just the sheer fact that they have 5 mining algorithms keeps it much safer from being taken over than just having one. They have digi-assets. They're able to work with Ethereum smart contract with those digi-assets. A lot of things that Digibyte's going to be able to use for down the road. And if you have it, you're going to be a happy camper. When people are like, oh man, Digibyte, that's pretty cheap, I'll get it for $1. Well, and then you tell them how many you bought when it was less than a freaking penny. How many you bought for a couple $100. So what should you be doing in this crazy time? Well, if you didn't get out and get into a stable coin, which I'm sure most of you didn't, sit there and wait. If you don't need to cash out, then don't cash out. And hodl on for dear life, because this stuff will turn around. It will turn around, and I think it's going to turn around with a vengeance. I mean, you're already seeing Bitcoin drop down below 6K and bounce up to like 6,800. It's unbelievable to me, this stuff that's popping up, I wouldn't be trying to catch a falling knife, though, either. I mean, buying Bitcoin below 7,000 or below 6,000 is a steal at this point in the game. Now, there are people out there who will tell you Bitcoin could still drop down below 3K and go all the way down to $1,000, $1,200. And I'll give you my honest opinion, that could very well happen. If let's just say the powers that be come out and put martial law into effect, the markets are going to tank even harder, and people are going to pull their money out of crypto too, and that will definitely, no doubt, I guarantee you, drive Bitcoin probably down to that 1,200 mark. But there's also that possibility that people will be like, screw this, I'm tired of stocks, I'm tired of leaving my money in $1 just loses value, I'm going to try this cryptocurrency thing. I don't know. I do know that a lot of the leftover Bitcoin, or the Bitcoins out there, are being bought up at these cheap levels. Is it being bought up by whales? Maybe, I don't know. It's being bought up by people that still have jobs that had money from maybe their income tax return. I don't know. Could be. Absolutely could be. So, I don't know. I don't know what I pray for these people, dear God, that whoever's listening to this, that they're healthy and they're safe, and that they're not being hit financially. I'm looking at you people right now. I'm praying for you. I pray that you're okay and you're safe during these crazy times. And we're just out of nowhere. This hits us, but just be with them, God. And if you don't know, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, now's a good time to start. Now's a good time to start. So, open up that Bible, read it. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. But anyway, go home and try to puzzle piece these video segments together. Don't be hating on me because I got 12 rolls of toilet paper that you ain't got right now. Just use your hand. You'll be alright. Just as long as you're close to the sink, wash it off. Be okay. So, anyway, I hope this video finds you all well and you're doing okay and you're safe. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. Buy toilet paper and buy the dip. But don't go out and buy too much toilet paper because then you're like me. I stopped 7 places before I found some toilet paper. Alright, I hope you're all doing well. Until we meet again, stay crypto, my friends. Peace.